Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night and a great week, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 344, Nasdaq down 30, S&P's up 11, gold contract up $4.40, trading $2,032 an ounce. Silver up $1.38. $28.91 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 81 cents, $42.03 a barrel. Notes and bonds. We have the 10-year right now down 2 ticks, 139.28. The 30-year down 10 at 181.09. And King Dollar. King Dollar is up 155 ticks, trading 93.590. The euro is at 117. The yen is at 105.95, and the British pound's at 130 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, market, folks, keeps crawling higher. No two ways about that. Bottom line is, if you go, doesn't matter. You go back the last 6 trading days. The SPY 6 trading days ago was at 326. You're at 335. High on Friday was 334.88. You're at 335.77. Volume contracting? Yes, volume's contracting, no doubt about that. Has been contracting, but bottom line, you keep pressing into higher price. NDX 100. What do we have with the NDX 100? NDX 100, you have it down a buck right now. The Qs are down a buck. The bottom line, they trading at 270.40. They had been as low as 266. Kind of like the same setup as Friday. Bottom line is that you did have volume on the way down on Friday, which is very unusual for a Friday or a Monday in the summer. That being said, you really had a sideways market inside the Qs, even though they're basically sold off. We take a look at the NDX 100. I mean, the NASDAQ composite, the same setup inside the composite. What the composite has done is that the composite out here got down to a price point today of $10,849. We are at 10,977. But bottom line is that what you have done here is that you have rejected lower price once again inside of the composite. Small caps, bottom line with the small caps out here, they have caught a bid. And that this was right off the lows of right off the get-go of the start of this morning. Bottom line, those banks got going, and the bottom line is that these small caps are at higher price. Gold contract out here. This has been quite a run. There's no two ways about it. Inside of the gold market, gold market got up to 2,060. We're trading at 2,034 right now. Volume behind the move. The volume behind the move, 240,000 contracts out here today. That's good contract volume. We take a look at the silver market. Now, silver not only has caught the bid, but even out here today with an extended market has kept the bid going. What we have right now inside of the silver market is silver is up $1.51. You're trading $29.04. Has the volume behind the move. So pretty wild what you have happening out here inside of those commodity markets. Now, let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave Mazza. Dave is the Managing Director, Head of Product at Direction. And, of course, he can basically lead us into these different volatile markets that we've been looking at quite a bit. If you haven't test-driven yet any of the Direction products, real easy to do. You're right at our website at TFNN. Just hit that banner. Dave Mazza, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me back. How have you been?
I've been great, man. Great to have you back. And, you know, I'd love to, last couple times, we've been talking a little bit about, we get some rotation in the marketplace, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, those small caps today, Dave, they just took off like ASAP. And, of course, folks, inside of the small caps, as you come over to direction.com, and Direction is spelled EXION. They have the TNA, and the TNA is something that folks really love to trade. We get some action here, Dave.
Yeah, no, you're right. We've been talking about this for a few weeks. There's been this kind of push-pull relationship. On one hand, it's the reopening trade, the stay-at-home trade, but really it's also large versus small and growth versus value. And today, you're absolutely right. Like we've seen some pockets of the last few weeks, today's been an all-small cap day where some of the riskiest higher beta stocks really leading the charge higher. Just take a look at some of the financial names. Of course, the energy names are really ripping, and those names have been out of favor. So in days like this is when we see traders really look to TNA or even TZA if they want to play the other side of it to take advantage of the small cap moves.
You know what's amazing is that I remember the first time, I think it was, maybe it was 6 weeks ago that you had brought it up that we felt like there was some rotation that was taking place. And it's really wild because at the beginning of a rotation, it's like, okay, is it not taking place? But this morning, it was pretty clear. I mean, the NASDAQ, you can see that, the tech stocks are getting hit a little. Inside of the small caps, the banks right away. The banks right away just start, going higher. So it's pretty wild, man. And
yeah, well, you're absolutely right. I think and traders have been distracted, not in a bad way necessarily, but because of earnings season. And we know, if you look at the really that FANG plus group, in aggregate 50% earnings beats, which is pretty wild in any market environment, but especially one with as much uncertainty that we find ourselves in this global pandemic. But again, now that 90% of S&P companies have reported, investors are turning their attention again to other opportunities. And right now, it's saying, can we look at some of these beaten down names? And what's interesting is we're starting to see this come into play again. So what I'm going to continue to look at is some of these leading indicators that I use. So I like to look at the semiconductor relative to the NASDAQ or the S&P 500. That's really kind of your new Dow theory, right? The old Dow theory with transports being industrials. In today's economy, very different. So if we start to see the semis kind of continue to slip and the small caps rip, that will tell me the rotation might be here to stay.
Oh, that's cool. You stay right there, okay? We get a quick break. We'll come right back. I'd like to talk a bit more about that because I really like that theory, and then we'll get into the metals market.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 344, NASDAQ down 36.